Okay, let's look at our last two examples. If you look at example 3, we don't have any information here. The only thing they are giving us is a graph. So let's start by finding some nice points on the graph. Looks like here's one, there's one, there's one. Okay, we can transfer that information to the table, 0, 0. Make sure that you have the x on top and the y on the bottom. X is 3, y is 1. When x is 6, y is 2. When x is 9, y is 3. And maybe you could make up one here. Why don't you pause the video and see if you can make up another point that would be on that line. I'm going to use 12, 4. Okay, let's find our constant of proportionality. Okay, be careful. It's really easy to look at this and think that the constant of proportionality or the multiplier is 3. But when we're looking for the multiplier, we always want to go this way. We want to find out what is x multiplied by to get y. So it may be helpful to do the y over x method for finding the constant of proportionality. Let's look at the first few. Y over x, 1 divided by 3, 2 divided by 6, 3 divided by 9. So it looks like if we simplify that, our constant of proportionality is 1/3. Okay, all of these numbers, if I take the x and I multiply by 1/3, it gives me the y. Remember, multiplying by 1/3 is also the same as dividing by 3. So if you can see that that's divided by 3, that's the same as multiplying by 1/3. So our equation, the y value is always equal to 1/3 times the x value. Here's that magic constant of proportionality. Remember, that's also the unit rate. So let's use that unit rate to go back and write a description. And you can make up any situation here, but let's say that we're talking about snacks and maybe in a little snack bag there is 1/3 of an ounce in each bag. Okay, again, just something that shows 1/3, whatever you want to make this here, per 1, whatever you want to make that there for the ounces. Okay, our last example, you can see that the only thing they give us in this one is an equation, y equals 1/2 x. So remember, this number right here is our unit rate. It's also our constant of proportionality. So wherever you want to start, I think it's maybe easiest to start with the table. I'm going to rewrite that equation here. Y is always equal to 1/2 times x. So let's do, if x is 0, 1/2 times 0 is equal to 0. So y would equal 0. If x is 2, 1/2 times 2 is equal to 1, so y equals 1. If x is 4, y would be half of that. 1/2 of 4 is 2. So now I think you can see the pattern. So there's a table for a proportional relationship. If we graph those points, 0, 0, 2, 1, don't forget, when you graph a point, the x is always first and the y is always second. So this is your x-axis and your y-axis. 4, 2, 6, 3. I think we have enough to see the pattern. Okay, and let's find our unit rate. Remember, the unit rate can always be found here at x equals 1. If we go up, Okay, it's a little hard to see, but remember the unit rate is always the same as the constant of proportionality. And with the equation, that's really simple. The constant of proportionality is always that multiplying number. Okay, so if we go back, let's make up an example showing our unit rate of 1/2. Alex grew 1/2 inch per month. Okay, and you can make up any example there. And we should probably label our axis here 1/2 inch per month. So our X is our months, our Y would be our inches.